Yo, what's good? Everyday Superpower signing in. The place where you learn about body language, non-verbal communication, verbal communication, game, relationships, and everything in between. Yo, my question for today is, could you go to war? Could you go to war, alright? Let's delve in. So, your girlfriend cheats on you, and she won't tell you who she's cheated on you with. Could you go to war? You get threatened by someone consistently close to you. Could you go to war? Your friend has been doing you dirty behind your back, and he's interlinked with a lot of people around you. Could you go to war? Somebody has stolen money from you in your surroundings, but you're not too certain who it could be. Could you go to war? That's my question. Like the military, could you reserve your emotion and self? Retreat momentarily. Forge plans, understanding. Assess the options. Garner the background information. Center oneself. Strategize. Could you go to war? Could you assess the right and valuable information whilst remaining confident and comfortable in oneself? Could you feel alive in doing so? As this problem is exciting. This problem isn't detrimental. You're not here to get emotional and reactive in a negative, self-hating manner. This is all a part of life. If somebody tests you, or somebody has done you wrong, or there is an answer to be found, can you strategize like the military? As Sun Tzu said, can your plan be impenetrable as the Black Knight, and can you fall like thunder with the right answer as soon as possible? Are you holding back, or are you going to strike? And if you do so, are you right in doing so? And do you approach it in the right manner? Can you go to war? Can you make the most efficient move? It's your move. It's your move. Do you absorb the information when it hits you and understand oneself to a point where you know how you feel, but you don't allow yourself to react in an emotional manner? Instead, you soak it like a sponge. You soak it like a professional boxer who has been hit in the face 100,000 times, and this next hit doesn't make a difference. Do you find excitement in the idea that you now have conflict, that you now have a conflicting side to life? Now you have something to work against. Do you allow it to motivate you, to allow you strive? Can you go to war? If you have a business, are you aware of your competitors? Have you assessed your competitors? Are your competitors taking money from you, from your families, your children's, your plate? In the workplace, is somebody speaking about you behind your back? Are you aware of it? If so, how do you take it on? Do you approach it head on? Do you approach it in the oblique, the indirect? Do you approach it in a guerrilla-like fashion? How do you approach the information, and what information do you have? If you know yourself and the enemy, you need not fear the result of 100 battles, they say. You know yourself and not the enemy, you will lose one. You will win one. You not know yourself nor your enemy, you will lose all. Are you willing to go to war? Life is war. I was at the gym one time years back. You know, some guy I know, or I knew at the time, yeah? He started coming training with his mate. He'd come out of prison, yeah? He was on the bench press. He was repping. Rep. I go, yo, what, how are you training? What's going on? He says, we don't stop until we get 100 reps. And I say, that's a lot of volume. And do you know what he says to me? He says, I'm not training for the beach. I'm training for war. When you do your work, are you going to war with your work? Are you going to war with an opponent you have set up in order to push against and conquer? When two businesses are in competition, guess who loses? No one. Because both strive above and beyond what they would have done normally. Because now there's something to lose. But the end result is a success above and beyond the rest. They grow together, they strive together. When you have tunnel vision and you see your opponent in your clear sight and you think, right, I need to beat you, you indirectly empower oneself to create a better product than what you ever would do without that initiative. When you go on a date, you're going to war, you're going to capture that which everybody else is. Capture the flag. How well are you going to do? Your preparation is preparation. Your communication is communication. Are you clear, concise? Do you express the message clearly that you want to get across? Do you get the result you want, or do you leave it up to chance? Do you plan for the future? Do you plan for the conflict at hand? Do you prepare for war? Are they aware that you are planning your response or your direction? To their move and what they have done. You have kept so calm, so cool. You have not butted in to anybody's life, and they've chosen to interfere with yours in the way that they have done. How do you react? So I'm going to leave that one there. Do you know what I do? When something deep has happened and needs a response, whether it be a lack of response being the response, or whether taking action is the response, I pick up the literature. I start to read. I understand my opponent. I meditate on the situation at hand. And I assess the teachings of greats in reference to conflict and warfare. Are you ready? Because they're not. And if they are, I have to do my best to be a step ahead of the game. I'm signing out. Peace.